Ah, sorry if you guys can hear me. I forgot to take that logo off. Good morning. Good morning, all. I'm sorry about that. I make mistakes. So we're going to be getting started shortly. We're going to let a few people get into the channel, and then we'll get started. But good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Did you guys miss me? I have been out of touch since Saturday. No, Friday. I went live on Thursday, and I was out of pocket. And I was going to come live yesterday, but unfortunately, I had a long drive. And I'll tell you guys all about that. I'll tell you guys all about that here shortly. Let me just check the chat, see how everybody's doing. Good morning, 10A. Good morning, Jovi, Crystal, Sherry Ann, Jen. Good morning. Good morning. I'm starting a little earlier than normal, so we're just going to sit here and chit chat until people get up and realize I'm on. I cannot believe it's already Monday. I really can't. I am so tired. Hi, Harley's World. How are you? How are you? And we'll get started on the latest gossip. The latest gossip in Gabby Petito. And nobody knows this case better than I. Nobody knows this case better than I. I was out there every single day since September 17th until its conclusion, and then many months afterwards. Like, we even went out to Wyoming in, I believe it was November. You know, we followed this case from literally the beginning of the case to the end with boots on the ground. You know, we just had a lot of hands in it. while this particular person that's now spreading the new gossip was only out there maybe 3 days. I sat and spoke to him. Seemed like a nice guy, but clearly is not, and clearly has his facts incorrect. Incorrect. And we are going to make sure that we set the record straight here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. And I will show you guys everything here in a bit. And actually, I probably should pull up the Twitter account now, but I didn't. But I think I have access to it. Let me make sure I've got my phone. Is my phone in range? I don't know. Good morning. Good morning. So we've got about 25 people in here. We're just going to let people wake up. So in the meantime, how is everybody doing? Did you guys have a great weekend? And what did you guys do? What did you guys do this weekend? I can tell you what I did, but I don't bring it to this channel. Was at a political event. If many of you guys know, I'm a very politically active person. When it comes to true crime, I keep politics out of it because I don't think it has any thing to do it. But I can tell you that I had an amazing time. I had a great time. It was funny. Well, Nerdy Addict is a gentleman that fashions himself as some kind of journalist, but he's just a guy, a goofy guy with a drone. And he breaks the law with the drone. He's the one that got the images in the backyard of, and he's a hacker. He's a hacker. He's a known hacker. So he does the drone. He's the one that got the drone and tried to say that the water bottle was in the back of Gabby or Brian Laundrie's house, and it wasn't. And actually, what you were seeing on that grainy image was actually one of those sprinklers. You know, the long sprinklers you hook up the water hose to, and it goes shh, shh, and it has like a fan. Anyways, that's the kind of stuff he does. And again, he was out there with us. In all fairness, he was out there. He seemed like a great guy. But one thing I don't like is somebody calling me a liar on something he absolutely knows nothing about. And the problem is this is the kind of the background. So Nerdy Addict used to work with or affiliated with Nick the Hat. And Nick the Hat is the gentleman that runs your content, which many of you guys know. Jonathan is a journalist for your content. And there's some issues there. Well, he has chose to take his beef with, and we find this all the time, like White will lock down, he attacks our team because he's got a bone to pick with Marissa, right? So this is no different. So Nerdy Addict has a bone to pick with Nick the Hat and chooses to treat Jonathan like crap and talk crap about Jonathan on the regular because he doesn't like him because he's associated with Nick the Hat, even though Jonathan has never done anything. And a matter of fact, this Nerdy Addict folk had no problem going up to Jonathan and trying to act like his friend when we were out in front of Gabby Petito's house. So he's a fake. He tries to, he's another one of those people, kind of like Benny, that tries to infiltrate the family to have a leg up. That's what he does. And if he wants to come after me, that's fine. But we come with facts, right? And we videotape everything. How many times? Let me just ask you guys. Oh, spring cleaning. That sucks. You know what? I need a spring clean. And when you're done with yours, if you want to come over here, you should see my office. It looks like a paperwork exploded in here. But I have to be able to grab stuff whenever I need it. But anyways. Yes, I'm the original protester, i.e. Bullhorn Betty. That's how I got my name. Now everybody thinks every time I go anywhere, I'm bringing the bullhorn. I mean, I always have the bullhorn with me, but we do journalistic stuff. We do interviews more so. We do searches more so than actually stand out in front of a house with a bullhorn. So yes, that's how you recognize me. I am Andra, aka Bullhorn Betty. Yeah, but it's just frustrating because this is what here this is what frustrates me so much. Okay, so we're on Summer Wells, right? And we're bringing eyewitness testimony to the stuff that was happening up on that mountain with the Wells, the parents that I have said, in my opinion, are completely guilty of the crime. Period. All right, hands down. Everything that we found out, hands down. People come on and start screaming at me, telling me I have no evidence whatsoever. None, right? Okay. Apparently, people don't understand that firsthand knowledge equates to evidence, right? Like they don't quite get that. So they're telling me, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence, right? Well, here, this gentleman, nerdy addict, gets to say, I know for 100%, this water bottle's planted. I know for a fact it's what this water bottle's planted. You know what? Sit right there for a second. Let me go get my phone. And yes, I am wearing my Karma shirt. It says Karma. What is this? Oh, sorry, I can't read it because of the light. Karma has no menu. You get served what you deserve. No, I went and hunted this shirt out just for this show. Just for this show. Oh my God. So listen to this. He accuses our team, right? Accuses our team, this joker, this nerdy addict, right? See ya. Accuses our team of planting evidence. Literally planting evidence. First of all, we're going to go into the implications. We're going to totally debunk his credibility on this statement. And nerdy addict, if you're watching, I got no beef with you. Got no flipping beef with you. But you're not going to lie about me. You're not going to lie about the work our team did. And a matter of fact, you weren't even out there. You showed up in Northport for maybe all of 3 days. You flew your drone around illegally. You tried to tap into the laundry's Wi-Fi illegally. And don't tell me you didn't, because you sat next to me and told me you did. And that Bertolino called you and said for you to quit trying to hack into their shit. Excuse my language. Probably going to get dinged for that, aren't I? Damn. I hate when that happens. We'll keep going. Let's see if I got. We'll see if I got dinged. This system is so finicky. Are you guys seeing me okay? Am I blurry today? We're still good, but it doesn't mean we're going to stay good. Let me just go check and see how the quality of our. Okay, so far we're good. So far we're good. Okay. Sometimes it gets, because when I'm running all this stuff, it gets all crazy and catawampusy and stuff like that. Now I do want to. So, anyways, let me just. And then she posts this. Okay, so she's up. She's up. Okay. Can you come live? Let me ask Olivia. She's up, but she's traveling today. And we're gonna have her here tomorrow. Guess what I'm making? I'm making her lasagna. I haven't seen her. I shouldn't say I haven't seen her. We still keep in contact. We still go over her. But she was I gotta show you guys some stuff. It's funny. Let me get back on track. So, anyways, just a nerdy addict. I got nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you, say about you, or anything like that. But I'm the girl you were standing next to talking. Hello, right? You've been there for 3 days, tops. Tops. So I'm not sure how you know anything. Okay. I also, so let's just read what he says. We now have confirmed 100. Just make sure you guys can see that. You guys see it? I'm gonna make it a little closer. There. Now confirmed 100 that the water bottle at the reserve was not Gabby Petito's. If there was 500 emojis, I would use it. That's how sure I am. No, you're incorrect. And we're going to show you. Also, how many times have you guys heard our haters say, all they do is record themselves for clout? And I keep telling, no, we don't. We record ourselves consistently to protect ourselves. How many times have you guys heard me say that? This is no different. Literally no different. Make sure I'm still okay. Still doing good, right? So this is what I wrote to him. That is a lie. LE was out there when it was discovered, not after. They chose not to collect it. And then it was turned over because we had to argue with Northport City Police saying that there was no, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit. It is now in FBI's possession. The Denver office of the FBI, this water bottle is in their possession. Anyone with half a brain knows if it was planted, we would be in jail. Do you honestly think the FBI would give us a free pass for planting evidence in a federal investigation? I want you guys to think about that. Literally use for the haters out there that come unglued, that literally come unglued because of the work we do and have nothing better to do but try to hate. Anything they can do to hate on us, they will. I'm asking you folks that hate us so much to open your head and stick your brain back in it. Can you do that for me? Open your head and put your brain back in your head. Now, I want you to think about this very, very clearly and very carefully. You were talking about an FBI investigation. FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, running a case. Now, I want you to think what they would do with people that planted evidence in a federal case. Again, open the head, take your brain, stick it back in it. Okay? Think about it. Do you think we have such human power, some superhuman power, that the FBI wouldn't be here arresting us and dragging us our butts out in handcuffs? Again, open your head, take your brain, stick it back in, and shut the head. Hit restart. That's what you need to do. This guy's a fool. This guy's a fool. So let me get on with my comment. That is a lie. Ellie meaning law enforcement, was out there when it was discovered, not after. They chose not to collect it, and it was turned over. It's in FBI possession. Anyone with half a brain knows that if it was planted, we'd be in jail. We don't plant evidence. We have all this on video. I demand your proof. Yep. And that girl with her mother is my friend, Chronicles of Olivia. Chronicles of Olivia. She does great editing work. She's the one that made me TikTok famous. My mug was seen out in front of the laundry house over 80 million times. My mug shot, my literal mug shot that everybody tried to discredit me with, hasn't even been seen that many times. So anyways, here's a comment. So today at 1:07 a.m., Olivia receives a message from none other than Nerdy Attic. The one that just said, and I remember, Olivia's the one that found it. We were all with her, but we were going through the field, and she's like, oh my God, there's a water bottle. We're going to see it. I've got it all on video here for everybody, so there's no misconceptions on whether we planted a water bottle in the Gabby Petito case. Okay? So, and it says, oh, I saw you were following me. I love your work. That's what that jerk had a nerve to say to Olivia after accusing her of planting a water bottle in the Gabby Petito case in a federal investigation. A girl that has done nothing but work her butt off since she was 15 years old. She has a pristine reputation. Pristine. And so does her mother. Her mother was in the Cuban military. pristine reputations for both of those women. Thank you. So this Joker posts this that it's fake, it's fraudulent. No, it's not. No, it's not. Anyways, let's back up. How's everybody doing this morning? Tell me your weather and what your plans are for this week. Many of you guys I know are working, and this is the only time you get to come in, say hi, and unwind and get some facts. This is a little dramatic. I get it, but it surely ticked me off, and it's unfactual. Like and going back to it, like he posts this, and all these haters on there, all bullhorn Betty haters. I knew it. I knew it. Why aren't they demanding his proof? Like, they beat me up when I brought proof. I brought proof to everybody out here in Summer Wells case. I brought firsthand knowledge. I brought, incident cards from the police department. We researched every aspect of the Wells life. We brought every young photo of their arrest record that's circulating. YouTube was stolen from our team. But not one person asked this Joker for proof. Now you're going to hear it circulating YouTube. Bullhorn Betty, JLR, and Chronicles of Olivia planted evidence. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Let's see if I'm still doing good. So far, so good, guys. So far, so good. YouTube's liking us this morning. I missed you too, PB&J. I missed you too. That's what I'm wondering. But everybody, like he's got 21 followers on his Twitter account, and everyone's just hook, line, and sinker. I knew it. I knew it. We know who did that. Hello. I mean, like literally open your head and stick your brain back in it. We would be in jail if we planted evidence in a federal investigation or any investigation for that matter. Give me a flipping break. I love my freedom. But that's okay. Because again, when the discovery was made, law enforcement was already there. We had already called them because we were on the other side and found other stuff that was unrelated. And we found animal bones that we thought were his bones, which they were just animal bones. So why would we come out and say, oh, we found animal bones? We could have manipulated that. Come on. Seriously. Seriously. Good morning, Mike. Nice to see you. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Next thing you know, Nerdy Addict's going to say, they didn't have the interview with Cassie. We were the only people that got an interview with Cassie. Brian Itman's like, did you guys get an interview with Cassie? Yeah. We shared it with him. He's like, he goes, I don't know if I would have thought about those. Jonathan's great. I don't know if I would have thought about those, those questions. I mean, we do great work, period. I'm not going to sit here and keep going around and around about this. I mean, come on. I just think people literally have so much hate, they lose their mind. They can't even think clearly anymore. That's what I think is going on. And shame on you, Nerdy Addict, because you're supposed to have integrity. And that is it's just not, you just lost integrity. You lied. You flat out lied. You know nothing about what you're talking about. And you weren't even there. You literally weren't even there. You were there all of 3 days, and now you're the freaking expert on what happened in the Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie case? Give me a break. Give me a break. And then you go muzzle up to the Schmidt family as if you're the gospel. Give me a break. Didn't know I knew about that either, right? You're no better than Benny Keys, in my opinion. Let me be very clear on that. No better than Benny Keys. Yeah. People, not only that, but when people wanted to stop, we were out there. We made the news keep going. The news was out there every single day because of the work we were doing. If we weren't out there, they would have been staring at an empty house for days on end. We inspired people to keep coming out there. We inspired people to bring out flowers and build that memorial. And we had people coming out from all over the world because of the work we were doing and the attention that we were garnering for that case. Literally all over the world. If we weren't there, they would have packed up. We weren't there for attention. We were there to seek justice for Gabby. Yeah. And that's the way it is. And that's the way it is. I can tell you, Anissa has told me some of the crap she's gone through. She has. She sends me photos. That's Bullhorn Betty's mod. You know what? When you have Bullhorn Betty behind your name, you can say integrity. We're tough here. We have to be. People are jealous. Bottom line. People don't, and this is what they're jealous of because they'd rather sit behind their computer and tear everybody else apart than actually go out and really do their work and find out the truth. That's my opinion. And I'm allowed to have it. People get mad at me, so what? Won't be the first time, it's not going to be the last, clearly. Clearly. Senseless tragedy for Gabby. Brian can rot. His parents can rot. I have no sympathy for them. The only victim here is Gabby Petito. That is the only victim here and her family. Brian doesn't get to share the stage, and neither does his parents. They are sick, twisted people. That is a sick, twisted family. I know what you're saying. I'm like, I'm not coming down on you. I'm just saying he doesn't get to share the stage with Gabby Petito or her family. He just doesn't. Senseless tragedy for Gabby. Brian is a despicable person, disgusting, despicable person. Let's see if we're still doing okay. No, no. I knew that would get hit. Okay, so that's what I do. I always try to wait for my review. I try to not jump into everything right away. But now that I've got my suitability review, I will now shut that down and we can now move on. That's what I needed. All right, so without further ado, yeah, they should have still won. There was enough. I'm sorry. We talked to the neighbors. The neighbors saw Chris out there cleaning that van with Brian. And if they knew that she was dead before he cleaned that van, I am sorry. That is an accessory after the fact. He should have been charged criminally. Chris Laundrie should be in jail. Roberta Laundrie should be in jail. They are lucky that they're only having to face a civil suit. They are lucky. Oh, thank you. So I want you guys to watch. This is about a half an hour. It's going to be a little long. I get it. It's uncut, unedited. There's no music. It's not pretty. It's I didn't put transitions in it. It's from Jonathan's camera and my camera. I did not have Olivia's camera. Let me see if she responded, whether she's going to go live or not. No, she hasn't responded. So they might just be getting on the road. She's probably not even, she probably looks like death. She always looks pretty even when she's not wearing any makeup and her hair's a mess and everything like that. And keep trying to tell her that she doesn't, she feels ugly and that's all that matters. But I think she's absolutely beautiful. Oh, that sucks. Yes. Yes. So without further ado, this is, we're already at 30 minutes. I'd like to have kept it a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and play. I think I got all these videos in order. Like I said, there's no pretty transitions. It's literally going from one to the other, to the other, to the other. You guys are going to be able to see that one, law enforcement was already out there when the discovery of the water bottle happened. They were already there because we called them because we were on the other side and found clothing and found like a noose type of thing out there that was discovered by somebody that reached out to us. Jojo, he is our friend. You'll see us. You'll see it. I just put these together and I took my videos and Jonathan's videos and then I put them in order just for this area of time. So it's going to go probably from his to mine to his. I don't know how it's going to work, but I've got them in order. I got them in time sequence order. Time sequence order. So I want to make sure. That you know. Where is. I haven't seen Robin or Anissa. Poor girl. She needs a break anyways. So I know we're live. They're probably in bed. I know where one lives. I just don't know where the other lives. So I don't know if she's in a different time zone or not. Anyways. So just to make sure that this is put to bed, finally put to bed. Can't unmute your guest screen because they are me. Oh, okay. Should be able to unmute. I'm the owner. I should be able to unmute anything I want. What do you mean I can't unmute? Okay. All right. Are we at the beginning? I'm not even exporting it because I don't need to. I'm just going to play it.
Good morning. So this is the area where the remains of Brian Laundrie were found. Gentleman here yesterday, I found a very disturbing discovery and we're looking into it. So we're going to see what's going on here. I already know what's supposed to be here, but I'm going to say it till we see it. You know, it is the general area. This is where the tent was, right over there.
What is that on the ground? It's fabric.
Now this is what we were told that was here nearby.
I just want to clarify for everybody. This is the reason why we went out there, and you guys will see that law enforcement was out there again long before the discovery of the water bottle. Okay. And this idea that this water bottle was somehow planted is a joke. And again, for those haters out there, let's open your head and stick your brain back inside your head, because we would be in FBI custody had we planted evidence in a federal case. I want you to think about that for a second. A
noose.
No, pop back up.
A noose.
Oh, wait, they just killed. They literally.
So somebody called, and for whatever reason, I was trying to hang up, and
Yeah, I can tell this is not years old.
That's not years old, and this is very, very close to where the remains of Brian Laundrie was found. This is creepy.
You can tell that this has been here for a minute.
This is creepy here.
And
So I'm going to go from here.
there's an article of clothing right here.
I'm going to go right now. I am going to go from here to where the tent was and the remains and show you just relative how close. And remember, they claim.
Yes, and that is correct. It was they had a photo of the wood. The wood has broken off of it. It was originally a swing. However, at the time we found this, as you can see, there is no wood on it. And this was just a discovery that somebody called into us. So we went out there, and you'll see that we called law enforcement about some of the stuff that we found out there.
It was flooded back here. We see a lot of markings.
Here's that girl from Minnesota.
Dug up. All right, so this is very, very, very.
How did we not see this? Did we not?
How did we not see this? This is a noose from a tree that's within 1,000 feet of where the remains of Brian Laundrie was found. Now, I don't know how anyone could go up there recently, or just like, you know, we're thinking here whether it got planted or someone's doing this as a hoax possibly, but it's here. It's here. I'm going to take you to the actual where the tent and the law enforcement had their perimeter and where they found the remains of Brian Laundrie to show you just how close it is. How close, because, you know, remember they claim, now look, there's a piece of clothing there. They're claiming this area here was flooded out. Now, if you go right over here and take you right over to where the tent was. This is very close, people. This is very, very close. Right over here is where the tent was. So we're talking maybe a few thousand feet.
Mike, that was originally a swing, but we didn't realize that until law enforcement had told us. And that was after we had already called law enforcement. They did have it logged. And just a disclaimer, the animal bones that you're going to be seeing later, if you guys are freaked out by bones, don't watch it here in a little bit. But they are animal bones. I wanted to make the disclaimer. If you guys are a little, whatever, just make the disclaimer. That's the reason why I'm showing them, is because they are animal bones. Primarily, they believe they were, I think they said gator bones. So they're going to be coming up. Sorry, it freezes when I replay it.
All right, so here it is. Here is the area. This is the area here where law enforcement set up their tent. It's close. It's close, people. It's close. It was right here in this general area. There's a rotten tree.
And just to let you guys know, this is before we found where Brian was at. And that's on the other side of that trail that you see him walking on. He's pointing on one side. It to the left is where everything that was really related to the case was found.
They put a big crime scene tape. They put the tent right there. Now I'm going to go backwards. This is very bizarre and creepy. All right, so this is the area where the remains of Brian Laundrie was found. As you see, this is the area where the remains of Brian Laundrie were found.
Again, that is an incorrect statement. That's where the tents were because other items were found. And we will get to that later in this video where he was actually found. Just to make sure that I clarify this, because you got to remember, this is when we first got out there. We were putting all the pieces together. Mike Ruiz from Fox News came out and showed us he was actually there when the water bottle was found. the police officers were there when the water bottles were found. So we have a news reporter, a legitimate news reporter, and police officers there. Again,
Law enforcement
no possibility that it was planted.
Set up a tent there, used these trees to put a a perimeter around the remains in this area. But I want to show you something that's very disturbing. We are out here very close to where the remains were found. I want to show you something. We're out here in a group. A hiker yesterday showed us this, and we think it's you come to the conclusion here. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to show you. It's not far. It's about maybe 1,000 feet from where the remains were at. I'm going to show you. Here it comes. Here it comes. All right, so as you see, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is only a few, maybe a few thousand feet, 1,000 feet away from where that search site was, the perimeter where his remains, but this is here. So documenting, we don't know what to do at this point. Did Brian Laundrie hang himself? Did Brian Laundrie hang himself? Authorities need to come out and say whether he hung himself or shot himself, but if he hung himself, right here.
Oh, and Anissa, that was me, just to let you know. Sorry I didn't call you back.
The problem is they might not be on Sunday.
There's always detectives on call.
Should I?
Always. At the Myakkahatchee Environmental Creek.
Big Slough Preserve.
And we're about, I don't know, 100 yards or so from where you guys
No,
have
don't.
tents up, and we're processing the scene. And we found
Scene of what? Tell them the scene of what?
scene of Brian Laundrie. And we have run across almost like a noose type of thing hanging from a tree and some clothing. I don't know if it's anything relevant to the case, but with it being so close to no, we haven't touched
nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna place you in a brief hold.
Okay.
And again, this is for the people that are joining in. This was, we recorded everything when we were out there.
Pedestrian bridge and came down to Livelong Trail.
You take a right at the pedestrian bridge.
We took a right at the pedestrian bridge.
And right before the big Slough.
And you're going to see me get a little frustrated because Jonathan Charlie should have been the one making the call.
Canal, you make a left.
Okay, so yes, we're on the Livelong Trail, and so we came back, because we've been, monitoring the situation, and somebody reached out to us yesterday and said they found a noose-like rope hanging from a tree, and we came here. It's lower to the ground, it's only about a foot off the ground. It could very well be a swing, but it is literally 100.
And again, I acknowledge that it could have possibly been a swing, and that was prior to us being told it was a swing.
Feet or so away from where the you guys processed Brian Laundrie's body, and then we saw the cloth article here. We saw some feces here that could resemble human feces, and a plastic bag, and we thought it was enough.
Cigarette over there too.
And a cigarette, and we thought it was enough to call you guys. Okay.
David R.A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, again, as you guys can see, there is a police officer on the scene. Again, this is prior to the bottle being found. So this is just a normal police officer. His sergeant is going to be coming out to the scene shortly. And again, we had 2 police officers on the scene before the discovery of the water bottle. And as you see, we're all around the police officers, right?
I don't see the water bottle. Where's the water? Oh, right there. That gray thing, that black thing?
That was water bottle number 1. That's not the water bottle that we've been referring to. I want to tell you that right now. This is a different water bottle. We thought that this might have been used by Brian to drink water or keep himself hydrated. This is not the Gabby Petito water bottle that we were referring to. I just want to make sure that's clarified as well. You will see that shortly.
And where was the lighter? Right next to the lighter? Was right over here. Shot.
Yeah.
Person to open it.
How'd you guys come across this stuff? Oh, shit. Turned around and knocked myself in the head.
Jonathan's theory that
He was using that trail to rock.
Oh, yeah.
He's slowing down that trail because if you look right there, the trail's visible. Like I could see you, I could see the top of you walking.
Right.
you couldn't see him.
But I couldn't see him.
So it's kind of like a lookout.
Yeah, and so I imagine if I was this person and
Oh,
was
I got
hiding
knocked
in-
myself out, hitting my head on that tree. I hope I
and
didn't bust my
somebody was
head.
looking for me, where would I be? And that's what led me to this one.
Right. Wow, I cannot believe I just cracked my head on that big old branch. Well,
I have to tell you guys, I almost knocked myself out. Like I had a goose egg on my head from hitting that branch because I'm looking at my phone and not paying attention to where I'm going.
I think I got some sense knocked into me. My eyes are hurting now.
Especially if you've been out here for like a week.
Oh, I cannot on my head. It hurts so bad. I hope I didn't bust my head. It's just. No blood. Okay, so that's all I care about. No blood on my head.
I mean, it's definitely something you can look at.
Yeah, no, I think he agrees.
Or this could be. What time did you locate the item?
So we are out here at the Mayakahatchee Environmental Creek Park. Sorry, I got makeup that has obviously come down on my face. At any rate, we were here. We came across the noose/swing article of clothing. We came across a water bottle, a cigarette, a lighter, and some other things that didn't quite go with the area. We went ahead after we determined that the rope was not recently installed. We went ahead and made the report to the Northport City Police. Northport City Police is here. We've taken them around to all the items that we have found. And they have now decided to ask us to clear the immediate area where those items were. He is in the process of taking our information down so they can contact us with any other questions. We are here on scene. We did find something that might be pertinent to the case related to Brian Laundrie. And so we're doing our part as, citizens to assist law enforcement in, finding other additional information that may help them in this case.
So to answer your question though, there was a lady, so, I found this spot first looking for the spot, which is 500 feet on the other side. And then I ran across a lady that was out here and she had found a do-rag.
Good morning.
With a marijuana leaf. She was convinced because she found that within 15 feet of the second circle that was on the ground across the road on the other side. But when I was out here for about 3 hours. She was the only one, but she found 2 items and she didn't want to tell me what the second one was.
Okay. And she took them with her?
She took them with her. But here's
around that same time,
yeah, 1 o'clock. But here's the caveat, just like us going through here, when she went through underneath, she went right face first in a spider web and she flipped her hair and her glasses flew off. So she continued to stay out here for another hour or so because those glasses were really valuable to her. And as I spoke to Olivia, I would recognize her, but she's from the area. She was out here to begin with and she lost her glasses. I think she's going to be back at some point. Yeah, because
She never found them?
She looked for her glasses for 2 hours when I was here and she didn't find them. I saw a big snake. I told her, please be careful. But as far as being in that site, she was the only one I saw for 2 or 3 hours I was here.
Okay. What time did you leave the area?
I left the area about 1:40.
Okay, so you weren't in this area for too long?
I was here from probably 11:30 to 1:40.
Okay.
2 hours.
Okay, so she found 2 items, but she didn't tell you what the second item was?
She wouldn't tell me what the second item was, but when I asked her, I said, did you find anything? She looked at me and she's like, oh yeah. And I said, what did you find? And she said, well, and she at first wanted to make sure I wasn't the press or the police. That was the question she asked me. And I assured her I wasn't. And then she said, yeah, she found the do-rag. And I said, I've seen pictures of him in do-rags. He had the bald head. And then the second one she didn't want to tell me about. So
And she found that over on the other side, about 500 feet over on that side?
She found it about 500 feet from this site, but literally 15 feet. There's one circle when you walk in. There's a second circle where there was evidence. She found it 15 feet from where the second circle of evidence was on the other side.
Okay. You haven't seen her back out here today?
We just came to this side.
I'll be right back.
I befriended Olivia a few days ago and I contacted her last night, said this may be something interesting she would like to see. And then I was going to come out and go more to that side, but since we've been here approximately, an hour and a half, I've stayed here. But I plan to go back over there and I promised Olivia if I happen to see that woman, she's blonde hair, shoulder length, and I would say probably 58 years old, and I would recognize her, real quick. I talked to her. I saw a 7-foot rattlesnake out here, and
Oh yeah, you definitely have to be careful.
I showed her pictures, and she was walking right where I was.
Law enforcement did find the woman that did take some stuff from the scene. I don't know whatever came of that though. But there was evidence. We weren't the only people that found stuff associated with this case out there. We're just the people that broadcasted the stuff that we saw out there, just for clarification.
And I said, please, please, please just be careful. But of course, we talked, we even walked together over there and we looked around together for a little bit. But I have a feeling that particular woman will be back because I think she lost her glasses.
Yeah, if we could just move out into the open area just to keep all of this.
So now we're coming back here to where we saw the orange spray paint. We're investigating while the officer has kicked us out of the area that we located and confirmed that the noose was not recently placed there. Where is she going? So she's all the way back though?
The area.
Yeah, but that's where I saw the, you know what?
All right, so I need to find Olivia.
So, right here, 15 feet from there is where the do rag was found.
Okay.
Right over here.
Oh, the officer's calling.
Okay.
You want to walk or you
No, I'm gonna stay around here. See what goes on.
what this is? This is
But regardless, I mean, the emphasis here is it's there, it's right by the site. So I mean, it could be related, it could not.
right.
Where I'm going right now is I'm going to meet the sergeant to bring the sergeant back there. And again, this is prior to us finding the water bottle for Gabby Petito. Okay. This is prior. This is now we're about to have the second officer on the scene. We still have not found that water bottle yet.
Up to them to determine that.
Right.
Mm.
All right, I'll be back. Do you need some water?
No, I'm all right. Let me just take a.
Yeah, it's just up right past this patch of openness. And somebody did take stuff with them yesterday.
What do you mean?
Jeff said that there was 2 items. A lady with blonde shoulder-length hair took. One was like a do-rag with something and like a pot leaf on it that she found, and something else. But he believes she's going to be back here because she lost her glasses, and she spent 2 hours looking for her glasses. Looks like they might have found something else. So I think, is it here? No, it's just a little bit further. I think it's right around this bend.
Yeah, and when and Joe did give them the information. You got to understand, a lot of these people we had just met in and around this time, so you know we didn't really know each other all that well. So you know, Joe was out there. He's the one that hiked. He's the one that found this location. He's the one that found the orange circles, which we're going to get to here shortly. We're about a third of the way through this video, and then we'll be back to discuss it.
There's your officer right there. You can cut through here.
Oh, here.
He'll take you back because we're clearing the scene right now. We'll be around. You're welcome.
Right over there right now.
Yeah.
And I just want you guys to pay attention, because if you guys see, let me see if I can go back there just a tad. Oh, wrong. I'm on the wrong side.
He'll take you back because we're clearing the scene right now. We'll be around. You're welcome.
Right over there right now.
All right. Without further ado, how many officers do we see at this scene right now? The gentleman that's just walking to the other one, the one guy, this guy here is just a regular police officer. This guy here is his sergeant. His sergeant. I just want to make sure everybody's very clear on what they're seeing here.
Yeah. I just saw them take a run across the field, so it sounds like we might have found something else. I'm going back there now. Going back there now to see what else we possibly could have found. There's evidence all over this area here. So we just need to find it all. Let the police officers do their job. That's why it takes citizens helping sometimes. You know, we try to put our faith and trust in officers. They do the best they can, but they're not everything. Guys, where are you? Jonathan, Olivia? Hold on, where? I'm coming. Oh, there they are. They found something. They found something. Let's see what they found. They found something. I'm coming. Okay. We found something. We found something. Okay. What do we find? All right. Looks like we found some human remains. Guys, be careful. There are snakes out here. Where? Where's the bones?
Right there.
Again, I want to clarify for those that are wheezy, these are animal. They believe alligator bones from, you know, obviously a deceased alligator. So nothing related to Brian Laundrie. Before you see them, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. These are not human remains of any kind. So just FYI, these are just animal.
Oh, we got vertebrates.
Yeah.
Oh. So we don't know what this is. Guys, we need to bring the op.
Yeah, I don't know what these are.
But it's definitely bone fragments.
Yeah, they're small,
But it looks like it could be a neck.
That foot you are seeing is a news reporter, Mike Ruiz. So now we have 2 police officers. Let me put this up here. So now we have 2 police officers and 1 legitimate news reporter out there. Okay, let's just be very clear. 2 police officers, 1 a sergeant, a news reporter.
Over here. It stinks like urine over here, and they marked something.
So we got more. Oh my God, it smells. Oh my God.
There, it stinks.
Oh.
Now that is the spot where Brian took his life. That is where he, remember guys, again, this is a trigger warning. If you have a weak stomach, you might want to mute just for a second. But this is where you guys remember, he was bones by the time it took in Florida, in this heat, when this area with these animals, it takes anywhere from 9 to 10 days to get down to bones. So that means every piece of him is soaked into that ground. All of his soft tissue is in that ground. Okay. It smelled horrible. It was the most, I can't tell you any other thing than once you smell it, you will never forget it. I know people have heard that over and over again. This is true. Once you smell it, you will never forget it. You will always know what that smell smells like.
Woo-wee.
They got a mark for it.
All right, we need to. Oh my God, it does smell.
This is where they found him with the white bag.
Well, it smells right there.
They
Smell
found
it?
the white bag here.
Right here.
Right.
Like there.
Right. I told you they do that pretty often. I'm more experienced to do it.
Yeah.
So there. This smells right here in this area badly.
Yeah, we were here the other day. This is fine.
All right, it looks like we found some bone fragments. Okay.
Is that human?
This, we don't know. It could be, I'm telling you, vertebra. I know that that's like a neck or backbone. We just saw over at the other site.
Can I lift it with my shoe?
No, don't touch it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was underwater, it probably won't have fingerprints, but we still shouldn't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Now, I want you guys to look at this. And now you're going to get a bigger picture. Okay? This is beneath the grass. This was not planted at all. This was there. This is in its position. It literally had the impression in the ground when it was removed. Okay? The impression. If you look at it, when you look at this water bottle, you will see trash like leaves, debris, everything stuck to it because it had been there for so long. The stuff literally almost was, it was, you know how when you cook in a pan, how it, like say lasagna, you got that crust around it that you have to scrub off. That is where there's no way that this was put there a day, 2 days, 3 days before this discovery. This had been sitting there for a really long time. Now, mind you, at the time Brian was found, he was gone for 5 weeks. This was indicating the water and the sun cooking the grass and dirt onto this water bottle.
Good. So we're
Yeah,
finding.
it's a very zen water bottle.
Yeah, very zen. Okay. You realize we found a noose too, like
I
a.
saw that. I was just there.
Water bottle, the bones, in that fourth circle between the water bottle and those bones.
It's all within, you know, like a few thousand feet, right across the trail over there.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Here.
between this orange,
Oh yeah,
those bones, and that water bottle are all within
it's
40 feet.
yeah. It's retract that. It's go show each one.
Where's the? Oh yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, are you kidding me? Let's walk it by feet. Right?
let's walk it by feet. So the right here,
Stinky
and
dick
it stinks. It stinks right here. But you can see clearly a number 9, maybe 90. But it stinks. You can smell, and then over.
9, 10, 11, 30 feet.
30 feet, and then now you have bones.
That's,
That stinks too.
hey, what did I tell you? And then a water bottle 35 feet more from where this was going to be.
The water bottle is right.
Okay. 40 feet away from where the bones are.
Yeah.
Again, the guy in the red cap, he's with Fox News. Okay? The guy in the red cap is with Fox News. We have 2 law enforcement officers out there and a news reporter. Please explain to me when we have time to go out there, plant a water bottle, cook grass and dirt on that water bottle, all in front of 2 officers and a news reporter.
Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's like Olivia said, it's very zen. It's very
Yes, his
something
lifestyle.
you would
His
pick up
lifestyle.
as hiking, REI, you know.
Look at that. There is literally an impression in the ground from that water bottle. You guys get it? Not planted, legitimately there. Out here, we couldn't even determine that it was. We were just hypothenating that it was theirs based upon it being a Zen-like water bottle. I mean, look at all the dirt that's just stuck to this thing. Cooked on. Okay, this is not a new water bottle that was planted there. You get it? And we didn't even know. It wasn't until after we left, because we had no internet service out there. None. It wasn't until after we left that we started doing research. And then we saw it in photos and everything else like that.
People out here aren't buying things at REI.
REI Co-op. Wait, hold up. Is that a place that you guys
Yeah.
know of?
REI is a sporting goods.
Yeah.
for hikers, outdoorsmen, fishermen.
Okay, that says it on the bottle.
It is because Nerdy Addict decided to make a post yesterday saying that the water bottle was planted, lemon flower. That's why it's being brought up again. It's because we were told that we were liars. I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm just saying that the haters out there need to open up their head and stick their brain back inside. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing that this water bottle was planted in a federal investigation. If we planted evidence in a federal investigation, we would be in jail. You have to remember, FBI was investigating this. If we literally went out there and planted evidence, we would all literally be sitting in jail, being charged with a crime. The FBI does not play. And they're darn sure not going to play with a bunch of YouTubers. They will throw our butts in jail and charge us. So the idea that this water bottle was somehow planted evidence in a federal investigation is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. I'm not. I don't see, and quite frankly, that comment right there was more antagonistic, if you ask me. That right there. Yeah, we get it. We're not two. Why are you bringing it back up again? Just wondering. That's antagonistic. And probably why you're getting the response that you're getting from me. Just saying. Thank you. Yet that's not antagonistic. Lemon flower, this is going to be, I'm going to tell you right now, you can watch if you'd like. If you don't like the way I'm conducting my own channel, you're more than welcome. I can offer you to leave. You do not need to be here. Nobody's holding a gun to your head to make you watch this. So if you don't like it, you know how to change channels, right? Unless you're two. Then you might need to call your mommy.
I'm going in, man. I'm just gonna go in here a little bit.
All right, just yell if you see something. I'm looking around too.
No, we wouldn't.
All right.
How you guys doing?
So since you're out here, we might as well show you the other stuff we found.
Mr. Johnson, how are you? Doing all right. Crazy world here. I don't know if it's unrelated, but we're going to show you another thing. We found a water bottle. We found markings, like with red paint, look like red spray paint, look like the number 90. Bone tag, like here.
And yes, PB and J, you're absolutely right. I am loud in general because I'm deaf. But people that don't know me and don't watch this channel don't get it. I appreciate you.
So, maybe nothing, maybe something. We'll go this way. Jonathan, do you remember where exactly it was? Because I don't.
Hey, you know what? You can't. I'm an imperfect being, but thank you for correcting me.
Straight. We go straight.
And around that circle, it has a really
Oh, there it is. Okay, I see the field. So the rope was documented, y'all. The rope was documented. I don't know why they didn't take it down, but it was documented.
Hey, we got 2 officers with us for coming.
Where was the water bottle again? Over here? Wish we would have marked it. Jonathan, do you remember where the water bottle was? I thought it was like right here, wasn't it? Oh, I'm on the wrong
You're
side.
good. I knew I didn't say it right.
Where's the water bottle? Oh, right here, water bottle.
Well, I'm pretty sure we scared them all out. We've been running through here. Yes. There's the water bottle. Over here. I put a stick.
Believe it or not, PB&J, they weren't bad. And another thing is, when we were out there every day. We went out there twice a day, in the morning on the way to the laundry house and on the way back from the laundry house. Every day, twice a day. We stopped here at the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park to search for Brian, and we went over to the Carlton Reserve. We did not see, we were expecting to see buzzards, flying high above him to indicate where he could be. We didn't see that. We didn't hear the animal insect that would have been near him. Olivia came the closest to finding Brian, and she was still 500 yards away from him, or 500 feet. I can't remember. Is it yards or feet? It makes a big difference. I think it was, no, there was no way it was 500 yards, because it was only 1,000 yards from his car to where he was. So I would say 500 feet she came to him when she was installing the trail cams to try to find him moving, but we had no idea that he had already met his demise. They believe that he met his demise shortly after him running off and leaving his car at the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park parking lot. So, we would have thought we would have heard it. I can tell you, when we were out there, even during this time of the day, we were not getting eaten up by mosquitoes. I mean, Jonathan was, but the rest of us really weren't.
Yeah, but I put a stick in front of him. Okay. So here's the stick. That means they're right there.
Yeah, we found it.
Does this look human?
Sasha, I'll answer your question in about another 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably just markings from when they came out and did all the crime scenes.
Did you guys have something over there? I saw everybody standing over there for something. Was anything over there?
I didn't see anything.
You didn't see anything over there?
That
Okay.
right there, the bones, and then the water bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, anything you see like that, we're still gonna be fresh paint. It's gonna be from when they came out and did all the crime scenes.
Right. Okay.
So they were in this area.
Yeah.
They were all over. they were all over.
That was the officer acknowledging that it probably was animal bones. That animal bones are literally all over the park. And I have to say that that is a true statement. Every time we turned around, we found other things. So just to let you guys know, but we didn't know. So what did we do? We didn't touch anything, and we called law enforcement.
So. I just don't know what those are. They could very well be animal, but it just looked like vertebrate to me.
Vertebrae or something. I mean, they look a little small. I don't know. Could they be human?
I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not my field of expertise, but we'll get into contact with someone whose it is.
Yeah, they.
I mean, we came out that first day too, just to look.
I don't know. It might be animal because that looks like a pelvis, a small little pelvis. But I could be wrong.
I mean, that one almost looks like a hip bone.
Yeah.
But I mean, human hip bone's gonna be,
Big,
Much bigger.
10 times bigger.
But could more get like maybe chopped up and even more and spread out?
but you would go by the circumference of where the bone would rotate in the hip. I'll go grab evidence of that.
You guys mind if I get video of that? Going in the bag?
No, let's not give you a bag.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So you guys are going to collect the bones?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Could it potentially be human remains or no?
I don't know, ma'am. I'm not a medical examiner. I don't know.
Right. Gotcha. There's no idea.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Best of luck.
Thank you. We appreciate all your help. And like I said, we didn't know if it was something, but we'd better be safe than sorry. I appreciate everything. What?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was them saying they were not collecting the water bottle.
So they're not taking the water bottle. All right. So that was the fun for this morning. We were supposed to be at the Northport City Police Department at 10 a.m. And we're unable to get that because we found some stuff that could potentially be evidence in the Bryan Laundrie investigation. So the Northport City Police did not take the water bottle that we found, which is very Zen, very Bryan Laundrie-like water bottle in the area of where they found his body and other items that belonged to him. So
Here, some remains, bone.
So we just want to show you what it is. The officers did not want to take it, so Jeff is going to be taking it with him. Go ahead. Let's see what it is.
So we're gonna look all over the internet and see.
Now, does that look like something that was just placed there? I'm just curious. Because that has cooked on dirt and grass. Cooked on dirt and grass. It doesn't get like that from just being placed there and just being purchased on Amazon. I'm just saying. And just for the matter of fact, again, we're not planting evidence in a federal investigation. How stupid can people be?
If Brian was ever seen with a water bottle like this,
Similar
right?
to that, yeah.
I mean, this is right where the
It
remains.
says support community Zen drawings on
Oh,
it,
wow.
similar you see in Zion National Park. This is the same writing that's on a lot of shirts in Zion that Gabby had on her shirt. Is that writing?
And then they
that
have a
font.
phone number on it too.
That's the corporation.
Yeah,
REI.
let me see the front of it right there. Established 1930, Seattle, Washington. Okay.
But it's more for hikers,
Yeah.
guiders, outdoorsmen, tents, backpacks,
Yep.
hammocks. It fits right well in that scenario.
Yep.
So there you go. Again, you know, when we met Joe, I don't know why I kept mistaking his name. I call him JoJo now, JoJo or JJ. But when it wasn't just him that found it, it was the group. So it was him, Olivia, and Olivia's mother. Again, I just want to dispute why this is coming up is because, again, let's go back to it. Let me go. Oh, thank you. I saw you, Anissa. I just got your text. So let's find out when this was posted. So on March 27 at 9:21, what's today's date? Today is March 28th. So last night, before I made it home, it was posted. Let's read the post again that Nerdy Attic said. Nerdy Attic is not Benny Keys. I've met Nerdy Attic and I met Benny Keys, clearly. But I have met this this Nerdy Attic. I don't know why he's posting this. Is he trying to intentionally mislead people? Or is he just trying to be relevant? Because there is no way in the world that he can say that this bottle was planted. None. None. And for all those people that want to say, why do you guys record every little thing you do? It's because of this. It protects us. It protects us. It protects our reputation. When there's issues, like when we were over at the Wells house and they tried to say that we were trespassing, we had videotape showing we were on the road and never touched their property. That's why we are always recording every single thing we do. And I said, let's see, I know I told you, Sasha, that I would answer your question. Did something happen in the Gabby Petito case? And who is Nerdy Attic? Nerdy Attic is the one that's basically trying to allege that our team planted evidence in a federal investigation. And somehow the feds are turning a blind eye and letting us walk free and clear after planting evidence in a federal investigation. Seriously? It really takes a real stupid idiot with no brain cells and no comprehension to actually think that we would do that, first and foremost. And secondly, had we done that, bet your bottom dollar our team would be locked in jail and charged with a crime. Exactly. It was literally, I mean, you saw where, I mean, Jonathan walked that perimeter and showed exactly where everything was back there. So again, I'm glad that we record everything. You're not getting word of mouth here. You're getting evidence. So Nerdy Attic, I'd like to have your proof that it was planted, because there's my proof that it was not. Try again, buddy. Get your facts straight. Again, I don't have a problem with you, but you're going to sit there and say something like that about me and about our team. We will definitely bring the proof that we have to contradict your statement. And another thing, why would anybody believe a statement? Anybody can just come out and say, oh, this or oh, that. And people are just drooling over it, literally drooling over it without any facts or evidence to support the statement. Thank you. Thank you. They're basically trying to allege it's for clout, clicks, views, and money. Give me a break. Give me a break. I made less than $600 last month. Give me a break. Who the hell's doing this for clicks, views, and money? You don't get rich off of YouTube. Yes, I do know the truth. Well, no, I haven't even been watching. Yes, thank you. Oh, there's my pretty girl. Yeah, we were, thank you for letting me know, but we were definitely, you may want to go back and rewatch it, but definitely put the kibosh on a planted water bottle. I can tell you that, girlfriend. Definitely put the kibosh on the planted water bottle. Recorded by 2 different videos, 2 law enforcement officers out there, as well as a news reporter. So this idea that we were out there all by ourselves and that we planted a water bottle is ridiculous. The most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life. They're not upsetting me. They're not upsetting me at all. What's upsetting is how stupid people can be to believe a statement. Like, we bring the proof, we have it recorded, and it doesn't even matter. Because as long as it's anti-Bullhorn Betty, anti-JLR, anti-Chronicles of Olivia, they will believe anything. Literally anything. Because you know what they do? They open their brain or open their head and remove their brain so they don't have to think. Put the brain back in your head. Not you. Actually, you know, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about all the haters out there that believe anything anybody says. They want me to prove everything, but everybody else gets a pass as long as they just make a statement. So, Nerdy Addict, show me your proof. There's mine. There's mine. Trust me, not upset. Pissed off that I'm called a liar in front of 21,000 people when I'm not. One thing I can't stand is a liar and a thief. Oh boy. I wish somebody did record it, but no, I was on here, so I didn't get an opportunity. Good morning. Good morning. If anybody has the last 20 minutes of Jody Sue, please send it to me either through Telegram or bullhornbetty@gmail.com. If you got to parse it down and section it out so it all fits, please do so. What other ways do we have? And Facebook Messenger, but Facebook Messenger, if anybody out there, just FYI, Telegram allows you to send a large document, a large video. I've sent an hour-long video without having to cut it through Telegram. So I behoove everybody, if you guys are doing this and recording, to please, please, please download the Telegram app. It is a lifesaver. I personally have Telegram, but I also have WeTransfer. That I pay a service to transfer up to 200 gigs. That's right, larger than my computer can hold. Well, this one, the Mac actually can hold over 500 gigs, but I only have 256 on the Dell. I know. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I don't believe Jody Sue is I mean, she's got her own problems and stuff, but I don't believe she is a person of interest in this case. You guys know who the persons of interest I believe that are in the Summer Wells case. And one of them is sitting behind jail right now, and the other one is sitting on top of a mountain. Yeah, at the very beginning, ask her how many times. Think about it. You're a parent of a missing 5-year-old child that's now 6 years old. How many times would you be calling law enforcement to find out how many updates that they have? How many times do you think would be appropriate to call law enforcement? Would you know? They have not reached out to law enforcement. You want to know how I know? Because Grandis told us. The last time law enforcement reached out to us was the day the trespassers were here. First of all, we weren't trespassers. We stood in the road. That's public domain. You can't be a trespasser if you're on public domain, first and foremost. Secondly, if you listen to Benny's video, when they tried to call law enforcement out there that day, Law enforcement treated them like crap. And they wanted to press charges against us, but they didn't realize we were already down at the police station showing them the videos of everything that happened. So guess what they were told? We're not doing that. Law enforcement told them, we're not pressing charges against them, period. If you want to do it on your own. Law enforcement does not like the Wells. Makes you wonder why. Maybe because they know something we all don't know. Because I guarantee you, if law enforcement really thought they were the victims, they would have treated them with a heck of a lot more respect. Just saying. Yeah, I know. I know. No, he's not. I've met both of them. Nerdy Addict was out there at the Gabby Petito case for 3 days. I seen him 2 days out there. And he sat next to me and talked to me for a good 20 minutes. Totally different people, totally different heights, totally different builds, totally different people. So no, they're not the same people. Exactly. Doesn't make sense. But again, people open their head and remove their brain when it comes to Bullhorn Betty. Like they can't even problem solve or critically think anymore. No, he's not. I do. Oh. Ryan, would you like to come up here? If you watched it, why don't you come up here and let us know what was said? I'm interested. I'll drop you a link. You don't have to you'll have to show your face when you're in the back studio, but you can mask yourself. You can take your camera off if you don't want to show your face on here. Some people don't mind. But I always like to put that out for the people that are a little, intimidated or whatever. It's really actually not that bad. So if you want to come up, Ryan, come up. I'd like to hear what was said, what your take on the Jody Sue thing was. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, are you kidding me? Our information is literally worldwide. There is nothing secret about anybody in the world. Like our social security numbers are literally not even necessary. They need to find a whole different mechanism of identifying people. Everything we have had is at risk. I mean, literally, every banking institution has been hacked. The federal government has been hacked. We have no privacy, folks. The idea that we have privacy or a VPN is going to work this late in the game, it's not. Our information is already out there. I guarantee somebody on the black web has every single one of our credit card numbers. I mean, seriously. I believe now that I can believe Jody Sue Brown being involved. I believe that it is possible that she could be involved, but as far as actually being the cause and the creator, there's only two people I believe of that. And I also broke it after. I shouldn't say I broke it, but somebody had brought up the vehicle, and I can't remember which. If it was Evil Exist or Crime Scene Obsessed, Crime Stories Obsessed, I can't remember who it was. Somebody brought up and ran a story on the vehicle, the interior of the vehicle that Summer was in with the milk jugs. And I went back to all the interviews I had with Don Wells, and you kept hearing him say over and over again, the last time we saw Summer, the last time we saw Summer. And after that video came out, I started pointing it out. And then all the Candace and Don supporters came over. Oh, he just misspoke. Well, now the person that was the closest to them throughout this process that was just gaming them, Benny Keys, has now acknowledged that there's no way that they can prove that Don was at work. because he usually is off work by 3:30 and home by 4:30, which is right there before Candace would have called for, that Summer was missing. So it is of my belief that Don was already home. And so that means Don would have been involved, Candace would have been involved, maybe Jody Sue. She got the times wrong of when she heard that scream, which she said was at 4:30, which would still have been in line with Don arriving home. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I haven't watched it. For many of you guys don't know, I didn't get home last night until after 10 o'clock. I drove all the way from Georgia at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The funny thing is I was at an event and I was posting about it on a different platform. And my cousin reaches out to me and she's like, my son and my husband are going to be at that event. I couldn't find them, of course. And so she's like, I haven't seen you in forever. Why don't you come by for a visit? I'm like, how far away are you? And she's like, literally 10 minutes. And let me tell you, she was literally 10 minutes. So yesterday morning, when I finally got up, I was exhausted. And I was beat up because I was on my feet for 12 hours, 14 hours, standing and dancing and everything else. Long story short, I go over there and I got to spend a little bit of time with her. She made me some lunch, a nice, beautiful lunch. And so I didn't leave there until 1 o'clock and I got home around 10 o'clock last night. I haven't even unpacked the car yet. I am literally exhausted. And then I wake up at 3 a.m. and check the phone and I saw a message from one of our mods here over this, this post of Nerdy Attic. And I'm thinking, so I get my butt up and go through every bit of our footage that we have, because first of all, I know darn good and well, we didn't plant anything. I know darn good and well there was 2 officers and a news reporter in the area while we were searching. So it's like, how stupid can people be? So I thought maybe, because, a lot of the stuff with this case with Gabby Petito hasn't seen the light of day, right? You guys have never seen the footage that we have. A lot of the stuff in the Summer Wells case, in the Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner case, you guys have never seen it. We've never aired it. And if we've never aired it, nobody knows about it. Why? Because nobody else was there. Nobody else was there. People that have been talking about this case forever sit behind a freaking camera in their house. We're outside of a few other people, we're the only ones that actually go out and do something. And I'm not going to say we're the only ones, because we're not. We're not. There are a few of us out there that do the kind of work that we do. And we all have different perspectives on it, because we all have different backgrounds and different experiences and different educations. So let's see what this says. It's possible. There's a lot of stuff. I gotta say that area is pretty I mean, there's some good people that live there, but there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on there. There's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on in Rogersville, especially in and around that mountain. It's like you got the bad side of the mountain and the good side of the mountain, because we met some of the people on the other side of the Beach Creek Road, and they seemed very like upstanding people. And believe it or not, they could hear all the fighting and the chaos and everything that goes on across to the other mountain on the other side of the road. Even when we were over across the street of Beach Creek in that cemetery, you could literally hear everything going on up there. The dogs knew we were there. You could hear them just going off, and you could hear them hollering, barking and hollering at us, knowing that we were there. Yeah. And like Anissa says, if anybody has any comments, you guys want to chat, please come on up. It's open panel right now. Love to hear your comments. Love to hear what you have to say. Whether it's on the Summer Wells case or on the Gabby Petito case, come on up. You will have when you're in the back studio. If you don't mind your face being on the screen, you're fine. But when you're in the back studio, I need you to show me your face, and then you can turn your camera off, and I'll pull you up if you don't want people seeing you. Like me. So there's an option here that allows you to stop using your camera, and it looks just like this. So you don't have to show your face, but they'll just see the little burble around it talking. Or you can go like this, whichever you prefer. If you want to come up and chat. Oh, thank you. Thank you, love. Appreciate it. Was it Mystery Angels? Okay, I couldn't remember who it was. It could have been, yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Mystery Angels that did that whole skit on the vehicle that Summer was in. And it turns out that it had to have been Don Wells' work truck. So if Don Wells was at work and they were supposedly coming back from the water hole after dropping Hunter off, how did they get into Don's work truck? It seems like to me that the best conclusion would be that they came home, something happened, and they put Summer in a different vehicle to drive off. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Telegram's used for a lot more. Some people may use it for that, but for our team, we use it for large file transfers. I mean, you've got all kinds of you've got even CNN people use this. So news reporters use Telegram, generals use Telegram, government employees use Telegram. Let's see. Yeah, we got. No, Telegram is not just used. Politicians use Telegram. People use stuff to pass because you can't pass information unless you pay for a service like WeTransfer. You cannot download large files, like even Messenger. If you try to download something more than 7 minutes, you've got to break it apart. The way we use Telegram is we are able to, like for Olivia, Jonathan, and myself, we have a team or a group chat for just us. It doesn't involve anybody else. And we send stuff back and forth through. So we send large videos. Like I was able to get the video from in Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner at the McDonald's. We had an hour-long interview with one of her friends. I was able to send that through Telegram. So no, I'm sure you may think that if that's all you've heard about it, but no, it's definitely a lot larger and bigger and has a lot more benefits than that, because I can tell you the last thing I'm on there doing is using it for conspiracy. I don't even chat with anybody but the team. Anissa can tell you because I turned it on her. Nisa, do we conspiracy theory on there, or do we just send large videos and files through it? I mean, she can tell you. So that's not what it's mainly used for, I don't believe. Just my opinion. But that's because I use it so much. Wow. Yeah, probably her mama. But hey, it could have been her daddy too. Who knows? Because he apparently was home. I don't believe anything Don Wells says because he's lied to me so many times. He has literally lied to me so many times. Oh, nice to see you, Marie. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yep. Let's see what else we got. Hi, Pixie. Good morning. Good morning, love. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Jackie, if I didn't say hi to you, I saw you come in. I posted you up. But good morning, Jackie. I hope you're doing well. No. I hope I mean, this is the thing about Benny. Benny's style was really, really bad. It was really, really bad. Like, you do not attack people to, I mean, he went out like a almost mafia style to anybody that opposed the Wells, the parents. We're here for justice for Summer. I could care less about the parents. And when you're dealing with these types of investigations, the worst thing, in my opinion, you can do is be buddy buddy with a person of interest, right? You have to keep that arm's length. Even if they may not be, you still have to keep that arm's length away from them so you can be proactive. You can assess the situation and not be clouded. You have to have clear judgment. You can't like somebody and think that they're horrible people. It just doesn't work. You have to distance yourself from that. And he got himself too close, and he does that. That's his MO, right? And I'm sorry, he keeps striking out. He keeps going after the criminals and helping the criminals. Meanwhile, the victims are the ones suffering. And when I talked to him in January, I told him I'm a very honest and a very blunt person. And many of you guys appreciate that and why you come and watch this show. But I am a very blunt person. And I told him that when this stuff starts coming out, I'm not going to be easy on him in the least. I'm going to call him out if he's been on that side so long. How are you going to safely convert over to the other side? Oh, I'm on the side of the police. Well, if you were on the side of the police, you would have listened to what the police were really saying. And he refused to, because they said there's no evidence of an abduction, i.e., there is no abduction. And the next thing that they said with more force is they're looking into this as foul play and the real possibility of she just wandered off. You notice that? It was like the trailing end that she might have just wandered off. Their most emphasis was on foul play. You have to understand when law enforcement talk, how they talk. And that's what he wasn't listening to. He wanted to listen to everything he wanted to hear and not really listen to what was being said. Whereas most of us that watch true crime, even before I came on this channel or even built this channel, could read what they were trying to say. Then you have Ronnie Lawson coming out and further confirming the foul play theory. And I'm not yelling at anybody for those like Sour Lemon that was in here earlier. I'm not yelling at people. That's the way I talk. I'm a loud woman. And I'm deaf. So I've always talked loud my entire life. I would bring my mother up here so she can provide firsthand knowledge, i.e. evidence of that statement, but I don't see any point. Yeah, there it goes, right there. Right there. We use it to send large files, large videos, so you don't have to chop them up. Telegram is a very versatile app. It does great things. And you can't, like, some of this stuff is so large, even an hour long video, you couldn't even use Google Drive to send it. So the only way we can send it, if you're not paying for a subscription, is through Telegram. And that's why I tell everybody, download Telegram and, find me and, be my friend on Telegram, because if you have anything that you want to get to me, that's the best way to get it to me, is through Telegram, because it supports large, extremely large files. It may take a little while to download the file, but once it's there, it's there. It's not going nowhere. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. But it just frustrates me. Like, why now would you bring that up? Why now? And not only that, but a lot of our haters have always said, why do you guys record everything? Why do you guys record everything? Well, now this is why we record everything. Because it covers our butts when we have unsubstantiated allegations of us doing wrongdoing, right? We can prove it. We can prove it. We've learned our lesson. You have to think about it. How many times did we have to be bitten in the butt before we learned that we need to record everything? I do too. I really do. Yeah, but I don't post it on here. And I actually, to be honest with you, we cover true crime cases when we go to political things. Like in South Carolina, I covered the Pee Wee Gaskin case, right? When I went to Georgia, guess what house I went to? Jackie Dobbs. So when I went to South Carolina, guess what? I worked. When I went to Georgia, guess what? I worked too. I work. I work. I don't go to any leisurely event, any political event, any vacation. I don't do any of that unless I'm working. I always work. There's not a county, there's not a city, there's not a state I can't go to and get some kind of content, some kind of crime story content to bring to each and every one of you. And we will be running Jackie Dobbs tomorrow if you guys want to be here. I didn't get the interview with Jackie Dobbs, but I did go to his house. I did go to his house and I did knock on his door to solicit that interview and did not get it because nobody answered the door. But we will go through where we were, what we did. And again, it was recorded and documented. And Jackie Dobbs has responded. Good morning, Crystal. Did an awful lot of asking the same questions Justin already asked or raked in super chat. I hope he becomes more bold with his question on the next interview. Yeah, and you know, not only that, but like being prepared. Like there were so many things when I was seeing the initial interview, not being more prepared. I guess that would be kind of insulting. And he did a great job. I don't want to be insulting to Justin or ICU because they did an amazing job. And I have not seen Chris McDonough. I'm sure he did an amazing job too. But it's also confirming the information. Like, for example, and we talked about this before and touched on it before. You know, Jose is talking about how horrible Don is. But for several months before Don ever got home, the environment he was talking about was wholly Candace. And why he didn't come down on Candace as hard as he did for Don, which actually went to work. I'm a fair person, right? So when your wife is at home or your husband, like I don't care who, you know, what your family dynamic is. If the wife's the breadwinner and the husband's home, or the husband's the breadwinner and the wife's home, or both parents work. My thing is if Don is at work, working, putting money in that household, Candace should be making sure if she's sitting at home on her rear end with to take care of the kids in the house, guess what? The house and the kids should be taken care of. She failed. She got a big old fat F. F minus, 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 minus. You could be the stupidest person in the world and know how to be clean. Oh, I agree. I agree. He did great. I spoke to Nerdy Attic. Nerdy Attic was a nice guy when I met him. Very smart guy, does great drone. I don't discredit that. But when he makes a post on his Twitter page, and again, I think you're probably just coming in. So let me tell you why we went through this whole entire scenario this morning, just in case you missed it. His comments here is we now have confirmed 100 that the water bottle at the reserve was not Gabby Petito's. For more, if there was 500 emojis, I'd use it. That's how sure I am. I disagree. And we proved he's implying we planted evidence at that reserve, which we did not. So we went and I put a 34-minute video together, uncut, unedited video with 2 separate phones, and put them in. How I did it is I put all them into a file that says water bottle, and then I put them in timestamp order, and then I moved them over to my video software, and I played it directly from my video software in the order from 2 separate phones. We did not plant the water bottle, which was implied. And I actually have another video from Northport City Police saying that they've taken that water bottle and sent it over to the Denver FBI. So Denver FBI literally has the water bottle. There is no thought in my mind that it did not belong to Gabby Petito. None. And I'm asking Nerdy Attic to prove that statement. To prove to me that 100% is not Gabby Petito's water bottle, because that's not the information that we received from law enforcement. It's not. And yes, we did follow up, and we've got that on video. Well, what else do we have? Please don't bring Mama up. No, I did not. I did not. I've been out of town. So, all right, guys, we're at the top of 2 hours. 18 months old. For all those that are out there, 18-month-old Jose Lara is missing from Putnam County. No, Robin, they have the water bottle. We didn't just say we found a water bottle. They literally have the water bottle in their possession. Go back and watch this video if you would. No, we're not. He's slandering us. Again, I would go back before you get your mouth overrides your behind. I would go back and watch this from the beginning. He's the one that came out and basically told us that we planted a water bottle. I just played a 34-minute video where we had 2 law enforcement officers with us and a news reporter with us at the time it was found. So before you get your panties in a wad, I've never said anything bad about Nerdy Attic other than he's got his facts incorrect. So why don't you go do your due diligence, keep your mouth shut, watch this video from the beginning, and then you'll understand. That would be my suggestion. If you don't like what I'm saying, again, nobody's holding a gun to your head and making you watch this channel. But the idea I'm slandering somebody is ridiculous, because the only reason why we're having this topic of conversation right now is because something he said about us. So if you really want to talk about slander, it would have been him slandering our team and us proving that he's slandering our team. Get it? So no, I don't slander people. People slander me. I just happen to have proof and decided to share it with the world. So there's no misunderstandings. If that upsets you, I'm very sorry about that. But I will not have him implying that our team planted evidence in a federal investigation and sit here and say, no, won't do it. You know what I'll do? I'll pull out our evidence and play it for everyone. So there's no misunderstandings, and so that he can't slander me. Get it? I hope so. Now go take a chill pill or whatever you do to calm yourself down. And I would suggest you, before you jump all over me, you go watch this live from the beginning and get your facts straight, like he should have done before he came out after me and our team. Oh, I wish I would have known about it. I wish I would have known about it. Nobody told me. And yes, we were in South Carolina. I was just in South Carolina a week or so ago. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. Well, unfortunately, I just wish she would have, watched the video instead of just running her mouth off and without any information to support her claim that I'm slandering somebody. No, we wouldn't even be having this topic of conversation if it wasn't for Nerdy Attic basically saying and implying that we planted evidence. Well, Rogue Vixen, I am about to shut the live down. I'm sorry, I miss you. I miss you, honey. All right, guys. Well, we are at the top of the 2 hours. As I said earlier, I've been up since 3 a.m. since I got that message that Nerdy Attic was slandering our team. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys realize we don't plant evidence. I mean, again, 2 officers and a news reporter out there at the time it was found. Seriously, one of those people being a sergeant. We would have been in handcuffs. Throw evidence in a federal investigation. I double dog anybody. Well, I shouldn't say that. Somebody might be stupid enough to do it. But your butt's going to jail. Like the feds don't play. They're not into this as a game. I could have 5 million followers. I plant evidence in a federal investigation. Guess what? The feds are going to lock me up. Play that crap. Seriously. Nerdy Attic, get your facts straight. And I hope you redact or remove that statement because it's not true. It's not true. You were 100% wrong, not right. Anyways, guys, have a great day. God bless each and every one of you. Make it a great week. Happy Monday to all. We will see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Talk to you later. Oh, and by the way, if you want to sponsor the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club, this is by far the best seller on our site. It is the official Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club mug. Love each and every one of you. Thank you to my beautiful, wonderful mods. We appreciate everything that you do. Sometimes we know it's very difficult. What's been great is it seems like the chat has calmed down quite a lot, which I'm very thankful for. We're able to have more of an open forum. If people want to come up and talk, we can do that. The chat has been flowing well. We respect everybody's right to speak on here. We do. And you can say whatever you want to say as long as it's respectful. If you oppose me, that's fine. You can oppose me, but do it respectfully. But saying I'm slandering somebody, even I responded to the lady that says I'm slandering somebody, which is absolutely fraudulent, wrong, I should say. Absolutely wrong. The bottom line is if you're going to post something on the internet, on Twitter, YouTube, or anything else, that we did something in violation of law, one, or something about our team that's a lie, I'm going to prove you wrong, which is exactly what I did here today for Nerdy Attic. So I apologize for any of his fans that are upset with that, but tell him, keep my name out of his mouth. Don't be talking about Gabby Petito like he knows what the hell happened out there. He has no clue. He was there for 3 days during our protest. He was not there at all when they found Brian Laundrie. He was never out there in that field. He was there. He did 2 drone shots. That's it. That's it. The extent of his work on the Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito case. That's it. Meanwhile, we were out there every single day for almost 2 solid months. I don't play when it comes to that. All right, guys. Love you.